Caroline Wedd, and I'm looking forward to reading you the first chapter of my new book called The Walnut Tree. Wednesday, the 5th of April, 1978. You bloody idiot! She wasn't sure if she shouted the words out loud or if they screamed inside her head. It all happened so fast. She'd been following the battered old Land Rover for a good 2 miles since the railway bridge. She'd nearly reached the old oak next to the bend in the road that was her next time checkpoint on her rally drive home from work. At first, she'd been pleasantly distracted from her mission by the black and white collie dog that was continuously running from side to side on the front seat of the Land Rover cab. Ears pricked with excitement, tongue panting, he was looking forwards to where he was going. Wonder what it feels like to be that excited about something. The wonder soon turned back to irritation as the left indicator flashed at her yet again. The driver had been indicating left since the railway bridge as well, but there was nowhere left to go. Why am I surrounded by people who can't get moving? She knew she spent far too much time talking in her head instead of out loud, but it saved a lot of time that way. She was about to run through the list of people who hadn't moved fast enough for her today when the Land Rover started to slow down and pulled into the left-hand side of the road. Now's our chance, she said to her little red car. The road ahead was straight and clear. For all her rally driving games morning and night, she wasn't really a chance taker, but this guy had really annoyed her and ruined her best run of the week to date. Like the dog in front, with ears pricked and tongue panting, she put her foot flat down on the accelerator pedal and swung out past her tormentor. What happened next turned her panting to panic. He was turning right into her and not left. You bloody idiot! Her only hope was to keep going. Foot still flat down on the accelerator pedal, she smashed her way onto the grass verge and hoped for the best. It didn't quite work. He hit the back of her car as he turned into the field gateway. She slewed back onto the road and stopped neatly by her favourite oak tree. She sat very still. Her heart was trying to get out from inside her buttoned-up raincoat. Apart from this unusual thumping sound inside her coat and her head, all was quiet. Lovely pink and white flowers swayed gently by the side of the road, the only witnesses to her failed daring do. Get out of the car. The voice in her head sounded a bit different, but she knew it was hers. She got out of the car. She walked round the back of it to see her bumper hanging on, or was it off, by a thread. One wheel arch was also buckled. Also buckled was her raincoat belt. Confident that her thumping heart couldn't escape its tight grip, she turned to look at the man with the happy dog and the dodgy vehicle. He'd got out of his Land Rover and was standing, still as a statue, behind it. She couldn't find any words in her head to describe how angry she felt at that moment, but her black stiletto shoes came close to the right expression as she pointed them in his direction and marched down the road towards him. How dare he stand still, she hissed. How dare he do otherwise than put a piece of metal Land Rover between himself and the formidable-looking young woman who was swishing towards him at great speed in a very organised raincoat. Only the soft, bouncing movement of her long, golden hair as she charged towards him gave him hope that this tightly buttoned creature was not entirely made of metal also. "What the hell do you think you're playing at?" Her voice didn't sound like her own. She had to work hard to pull it back down to something resembling a normal, low, controlled pitch, instead of a high shriek that just squeaked out of her dry mouth. "You've been indicating left for over 2 miles and then you go and turn right into my car." "Are you all right?" he said. "Of course I'm all right," she snapped. "But look at my car. What are you going to do about that?" "You'll have to talk to me dad up at the farm," he said. This made her even madder than before. No apology, no acknowledgement of fault. He can't even deal with it himself. Got to run to his dad, at his age. He didn't even have the guts to speak clearly. She pressed her hands onto the hot Land Rover bonnet, in mirror image of 2 big, brown, muscular hands. He was young, but probably older than her. He was very tall. He was unshaven, swarthy in either complexion or from dirt, she couldn't tell which. And he had the most amazing shock of long, unkempt, curly dark hair that she'd ever seen on a man. "Where's the farm then?" "Just over there." He turned and pointed to the red brick farmhouse that stood back from the road just past where all the trouble began. "What's your name? How do I know you're telling the truth?" she asked in as legal a voice as possible. "It'll be all right. Speak to me dad. Our name is Wilson."